With the 65th Eurovision Song Contest being cancelled this year, I realised this would be the only year the UK is safe from being voted last place. Welcome to Chit Chat History. Today we are going over the Eurovision Song Contest and delving into why the UK entry consistently lets us down. Eurovision is so much more than a singing or sports competition. This is like a political debate set to a ballet of weird accents and terrible lyrics, with dramatic camera work, costumes and yes, even props. I mean, you can't forget the milking ladies, that time some grandmothers taught us how to bake cookies, or the weird puppet that Ireland once sent. This is truly the weirdest show of all time. It has only been in the last 20 years or so that the UK has created a terrible reputation for the nil points from everyone else. The UK has failed to reach the top 10 in all but 2 of the last 21 contests from 1999 to 2019. The UK finished last 4 times, 2003 being the only time they ever scored the infamous 0 points. Well, even Ireland didn't even give us pity points. In 2008, 2010 and 2019. So why is the UK so bad? Some argue it's all politics and Europe hates us all, and it's because everyone votes for their allies and neighbours. But I'd also like to argue that the UK just takes itself way too seriously. When it comes to everyone else, as a viewer, we love the satire and the comedic value of making fun of everyone else's performances. But when it comes to our performance, I literally can't even remember who the UK entry is or any of their performance. Our entry is an entry for a serious singing competition, and the Eurovision is far from a serious singing talent show. I think that in order to gain votes, we have to be accepted and be willing to laugh at ourselves just as much as everyone else is. The contest have been long accused of political voting, a perception that countries will give votes to other countries based on political relationships rather than how good the performance is. Lots of studies have actually been conducted on this and have shown evidence of clusters and cliques forming. This is also the case regarding similar cultures, music taste, language and religion, rather than simply political allies. For example, the UK always counts on Ireland's votes, and Ireland can always count on the UK vote. This was called out in the mid-2000s, where it became too obvious that all of the Eastern European countries had just voted for each other regardless. So the UK felt like it was being snubbed, really because we aren't part of these dominant cliques. The EBU has tried to eliminate this by splitting up the cliques in the 2 semi-finals. And from 2009, the EBU also formed juries of music professionals to be given a 50% stake in the result of each country's vote, to reduce the effects of these voting patterns. So this is just a great excuse for why no one wants to vote for the UK. The reason the UK participates as a single entry, and not with its individual 4 countries, is all down to the origins from the broadcasting network. Entrants to the competition must be represented by members of the European Broadcasting Union. The British Broadcasting Corporation, or the BBC as we all know it, actually represents Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and England. So they can't enter separately unless their own broadcasting stations such as the smaller STV, ITV Wales or UTV become members of the EBU. So it really is a broadcasting company participating in the contest, not actually a country. Now let's take the entry from 2006 by Lithuania. We are the winners, placed 6th. Actually, the highest Lithuania has ever placed, gathering the most points from both the UK and Ireland. This was the perfect blend of parody, genuine singing talent, absolutely terrible dancing, and poking fun at themselves, but ultimately, quality entertainment. The same year, the UK sent this entry, Daz Sampson with the Teenage Life.
Getting told off Mr. T how my life will be, and giving him a signal so everyone can see. Sunshine and shade, those girls on serenade, thinking of those 6 phone chicks at
I mean, it's an okay song, I guess, but we didn't really hit the mark with this one. The most points we got were from Ireland with 8, and that was clearly a sympathy vote. They followed that with next year's entry, Scooch's Flying the Flag for You, which I remember was by far the most annoying song to get out of your head, so here it is on mute. But even just looking at it will get the point across. As you can assume, they finished 22nd. But they tried some younger modern music and choreography, so that didn't work. So they tried to throw in some oldie but goldies with Engelbert Humperdinck and Bonnie Tyler. Not really a great idea either. And I just want to show you those grannies making cookies that I mentioned earlier. This was from Russia in 2012. They finished 2nd. They couldn't sing, they made cookies on stage and had zero choreography, but came 2nd. Compared to the UK,
No matter the distance, a miracle of sight.
Engelbert, not cooking any baked goods, finished 2nd last, and Ireland only gave us 4 points. And honestly, I think that was quite generous. Now, I agree we can't go as far as Ireland's Ireland Do's Points entry in 2008, a parody song about how bad they were at the Eurovision, sung by a talking parrot who failed to qualify for the finals. I mean, we could do something a little funny though. As you may or may not know, the UK is part of the Big Five, which are countries that since 1999 are the EBU's biggest financial contributors, and so they are automatically included in the final, and don't have to go through the semi-finals and get voted in like everyone else. Basically, the UK just waltzes into the final looking too cool and too serious for their own good, and unsurprisingly, nobody wants to vote for them. Now, this wasn't always the case. The UK has only won 5 times, with these classics. Sandy Shaw's Puppet on a String in 1967, Lulu's Boom Banga Bang in 1969, The Brotherhood of Man's Save All Your Kisses for Me in 1976, Katrina and the Waves' Love Shine a Light in 1997, and my personal favourite, 1981, Bucks Fizz Making Your Mind Up, the one with the skirts. These were all fun, light-hearted songs that the UK is proud to have sent to represent us, but other than the really bad ones, many people can't name a single song that we have sent in the last few decades. For the past few years, the UK entry went through a public pre-Eurovision show to basically let the British public pick who should be representing us. And we haven't done a great job, but now the BBC have announced that they are going to handle it professionally. Make the song and handpick the artist, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to get rid of the elitism claims that we already deal with. I think we should take a leaf from Iceland in the movie The Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of the Fire Saga, and just pick randomly from a box of entries and hope for the best and embrace whatever happens. And at least it'd be a bit more exciting than trying to craft a perfectly curated song. The UK audience wants to tune in to watch all of the other crazy acts, but not really even watch our own act, and then we're surprised when nobody else liked it. We really tend to shy away from having any identity or culture to showcase on the stage, and as one of the few nations to consistently sing in our own native language, we surprisingly ain't the best at it. Quite honestly, the best part of Eurovision is the commentary. Terry Wogan and Graham Norton took on the job at poking light-hearted fun at the show, and it really is the only reason I tune in anymore. So I think it's time to start embracing the weird and fun performances and allowing ourselves to have a little fun at ourselves. So, to quote Terry, who knows what hellish future lies ahead? Actually, I do. I've seen the rehearsals. Let me know if you watch or have ever seen Eurovision, and especially for anyone outside of the UK, why do you think we're so bad at it? Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.